Friday Finish Lines. Thank you for joining me here on my YouTube channel where I take motivational quotes and I use them on different topics to inspire you guys in your everyday lives, and maybe take what I say and take these quotes and use them in your own way to inspire those around you. With that being said, my topic of discussion today is comparison. I'm gonna let you know why that kind of came into my mind, and also I'm gonna let you know why it is that you compare and how comparing is stagnating you and keeping you where you are, and how looking at what other people are doing and being jealous, where does that jealousy come from? So we're gonna dive into that. All right, I have two amazing quotes for you guys today. Let's get started. All right, start you guys off with the first quote. Actually, both of these are anonymous. So the first one says, "Every minute you spend wishing you had someone else's life is a minute spent wasting yours." And I'm gonna get into this idea of us being stagnant. The more you look at your phone, the more you look at your friends and your family, and you start to compare yourself. I know some of us get compared, by our parents, maybe by our significant others. Sometimes they compare us to someone else that's doing better, and that may keep us where we are because it diminishes your light. It keeps you feeling insecure. It makes you feel like you're not enough because maybe you yourself are putting yourself down and keeping you where you are by comparing your own worth to other people's worth, or someone else is comparing you to someone else's worth, and that is keeping you down. That is keeping you where you are. It's like that thing, especially with people of like very strong family backgrounds, like I would say like Asian people or like even Indian people, or sometimes even Black people. But the idea that, so-and-so's daughter is doing this, so-and-so's son's doing this, why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you doing this? Oh, look where you could have been. And that idea and those ideas flood your mind, and you sort of identify with it because you start to think to yourself, am I doing good? Am I behind all these people? Am I even worth trying for? And that's what keeps us stagnant. That's what keeps us where we are. And just to give a little bit of my testimonial, when it comes to this, I did this for a long time. I always compared myself. I always thought, man, they're doing so much better. Man, they're exactly where I want to be. I'll never get there because they're already doing it. And a lot of us may have these thoughts, or a lot of us may feel as though as well, like, man, am I wasting my time? I'm like 20 something, I'm 30 something, I'm 40 something. Am I behind people in my age group because they're doing so well? And you start to think to yourself, man, am I moving too slow? Is the world moving too fast? What's going on? A lot of what I did, I'll give you a couple tips of what I did to kind of overcome this was I started to praise people, instead of being jealous, instead of looking at them and being like, I'll never do that, or actually hating on them. I actually began to be like, oh, you know what? Good for them. Like that's what they worked hard to get to. That's where their journey has taken them. And you know what? That's okay. It's not my journey. It's not my path. And when it comes to other people telling you these things, you just have to tell them, I'm working. I'm doing something. I may not be where they are, but I am working towards something that I believe is something that I am truly good at. Because each of us is meant for something, and each of us is good at something, and can become a master of something. So don't be afraid to stick up for yourself, and don't be afraid to praise people, because it gets rid of that jealousy, gets rid of that hatred that you have, maybe festering in your heart because of that comparison that you keep having along with those things. And also, being more comfortable with yourself, spending time alone, really thinking about your journey and what it is that you want to do, and realizing that everyone has their own path. No one's walking down the same yellow brick road. None of us are going in the same direction, or are going to get there the same exact way. So don't be afraid to realize that your journey is one that is specific to you, and that is something you must hold dear. And don't think that because someone else is doing it, that you can't do it. The world is filled with opportunity. The world is filled with blessings, and you are able to acquire those blessings through your own hard work and your own determination. My last quote for you guys says, don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to who you were and who you want to become. You're your greatest enemy, but you also can be your greatest hero. I've always envisioned myself as this guy standing on stage, inspiring people to continue to love their own lives and find their purpose and find their journey, through themselves, through God, through whatever it is that they believe in, and really pushing themselves to become the best version of themselves. And I just always hold that in my heart. I never dwell in that, like, oh, I'm not there yet. I'm not like him yet. Like, no, I always just remember that. Like, this is who I see myself becoming. Who do I need to be now in order for that person to become a reality? And who was I before that I want to get rid of, that I want to bring with me? These are the thoughts that I kind of have, on a daily basis, maybe sometimes monthly basis. What did I learn? What did I learn today about myself that I don't want to bring into tomorrow? What did I learn about myself yesterday and today that I will bring into tomorrow? These are the conversations you have to have with yourself, because you must be comfortable being alone, because sometimes your journey may be alone. The path that you walk may not be all sunshines and daisies. It may be a time where you must be grinding alone. You must be doing these things for yourself and really prospering when no one's looking. Because a lot of what the success we see that people achieve is done in the background. It's done behind the scenes. No one just woke up one day and was famous. I think I just seen something about Kai Cenat, where it's like, you're like in this limbo stage of, there's nothing. You are creating, you're putting things out there, you're working hard, you're working towards something, and you just feel like you're hitting a wall every single time. But you just keep hitting that wall and keep hitting it until one day it gets knocked down. And then everything, like the floodgates, like The Shining, everything comes at you all at once. And that is when those thoughts about who do I want to be, who was I yesterday, who am I today, who do I want to be tomorrow, when that wall breaks down, you won't be swept away by everything hitting you. You'll be able to stand and walk through that current. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me here on my Friday Finish Lines. I'll see you guys next week with a new video, with a new topic, and I hope you guys are doing well. Second week of the new year, and I'm wishing you guys the best always. If you feel like you're getting behind, or you feel like you're not accomplishing everything you wanted to, you still have time. Don't worry. Take a deep breath. It'll be okay. And also, get out of your own way. That's it. And drink your water. I'll see you guys next week.